Hi all. So today what I want to talk about is something that I realized I haven't really spoken in detail on my channel before. And I had just done this yesterday and realized that. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I've now actually laid out how I do this. So what we're going to talk about today is doing a meditation retreat at home. Now, certainly what a meditation retreat is, of course, is focusing on meditation. So I would say it's a more intense, kind of meditation that you may be doing. So one of the prerequisites, of course, I would say for a meditation retreat, though, is you do want to, of course, already have a daily practice going on. Just because, like I said, the meditation retreat is kind of more of a intense kind of meditations that you're doing, or the amount that you're doing, so it kind of just deepens your practice, helps you kind of grow a little bit there. So I try and do these at least once a month. Sometimes I slack off and skip some months, it happens. But I mean, I just think it's something good that you can do. Now, why would you want to do a meditation retreat other than to deepen your practice? Maybe you don't have time to do a meditation retreat. Sometimes meditation retreats are anywhere from like a long weekend, like 3 or 4 days, to like, a month or a week, and you just don't have that time, or you don't have the money. Also, considering what's going on in the world, a lot of things are closed down. So there's not really way maybe to do a traditional meditation retreat. So definitely, I just want to kind of share what I do for the meditation retreat. Now, a couple things I want to point out. First, if you want to do things like, light candles, do incense, juice cleanse, all that kind of stuff, you can certainly add to that. I don't necessarily do those extra practices. My focus is more just on the actual meditation versus anything a little bit extra. But if you want to add something extra in that way, not a problem. Slap in a spa day for yourself. I mean, that's all good. But I just personally don't do this. So how you can do a meditation retreat, though, is you do want to find a place where you can be quiet for a long period of time. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be a full day. You can do a half a day. So whatever works best for you. I personally do about 14 hours. And I'll share my schedule on how I do that. But what you want to do, the elements of a meditation retreat, is first you want to do different kinds of meditation. So what I will do is I will do guided meditations. I'll also do walking meditation as well as non-guided meditation. So you want to do different kinds of meditation. Definitely helps. Kind of gives you a different perspective from what you probably do on a daily basis. Another thing that I do as well, and I would stress that if you do a meditation retreat, try as much as possible to be as committed to it as you can. You have to be very disciplined in order to do it. I know, easier said than done. But what I'm talking about here is definitely if you choose to use like your phone for things, I do. You've got to, again, be committed to what you're trying to do, be disciplined. And what I'm talking about here is, for me, like I do guided meditations on my meditation retreat that I do at home. And so I will use an app that's on my phone, which is Insight Timer. I know I've mentioned that before. They have all kinds of different meditations. But I will use that. But of course, this is something that's on my phone. So, to say you're going to like not do any electronics, I mean, some people can do it, some people can't. I choose to want to, do the guided meditation, so I want to have the Insight Timer to use, but it makes me I have to be very, very disciplined and realize that, you know, I can only click certain apps on my phone. I cannot look at email. I cannot look at Google, like news or whatever. No YouTube, no Instagram, no Facebook, no TikTok, no social media whatsoever. And it's difficult. But if you're gonna do a meditation retreat, you really have to be committed. You really have to be disciplined to avoid it at all costs for the time period that you have selected to do your meditation retreat. So if you're doing half a day, that may not be as hard because you know at least for 6 hours, you're like, oh, okay, I just have to focus on doing this meditation thing, not a big deal. And the next 6 hours, I can binge out social media all day. For me, when I do my meditation retreat, I do a full day. I do like 14 hours. And sometimes, yeah, it comes up. Check out what's going on social media. So, yeah, you just got to be very committed here. So let me go ahead and just kind of explain to you how I do my meditation retreats. I'll get into the schedule of what I do here in a minute, but with the guided meditations too, I did want to point out, you want to do maybe practices you want to focus on. So if you want to focus on, like, you know, non-duality or impermanence or loving kindness, you know, that sort of thing. You know, make your guided meditations be focused on a specific practice. So I'm just going to go through the schedule that I normally do, just to give you an idea of what I do. So yeah, we'll just get right into it. So the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is I do about 20 minutes of guided meditation. Yesterday I started it with a concentration meditation. So that was my focus, which is really good in the morning, especially pre-coffee. Yeah, to have that concentration already kind of working. Then I will do a 20-minute walking meditation. And yeah, I just walk around my living room. But you know, I just do 20 minutes of that. Then I have breakfast, and I have breakfast for an hour. And see, this is where you got to be committed on not looking at the social media. Because normally for me, breakfast is what? You know, 15, 20 minutes, whatever. So during this hour, I definitely have to, you know, focus on, we're just going to do breakfast. What I ended up doing while eating breakfast is working on mindful eating meditation, which was really, really hard because I am like a super speed eater. My entire family were like that. We just, you know, will eat and not even really taste anything. Just, you know, 10 minutes flat, we're all done, you know. So I chose during my hour to work on mindful eating, which was very, very, very hard. And not only for the speed demon thing, but there was just, you know, certain things that happened that I was just like, okay, if I continue to do this because it's so slow, I'm just not going to eat. I'm just going to be done. So, but anyway, that kind of helped me not want to look at the social media. You know, just, oh, I'll just check my email. You know, it kept me focused on, okay, this is what we're doing. So after breakfast, then what I do is a 20-minute non-guided meditation. So really that's just silence for 20 minutes. Then I do a 20-minute walking meditation. So more of that. Then I also do, you could do like 20 to 30 minutes of like yoga, tai chi, more walking meditation if you felt like it, that sort of thing. I kind of broke it up between doing tai chi and yoga. So just getting a little more movement beyond just walking. And then after that, I did like a 20-minute self-observation guided meditation, again from Insight Timer. So it's a really, really good resource. But any meditation app that you use on your phone will work. But yeah, so, and then after that it was lunch. And so I did an hour for lunch. I'm trying to think what else. What did I do during lunch? I mean, obviously I made the lunch and ate the lunch and worked on the mindful eating of the lunch. But I'm thinking, oh yeah, I was looking for, certain things later in the day that I wanted to use for the meditation. So I was kind of planning that out. Also, I journaled for about 30 minutes. So I have actually a journal that goes through different kind of things that you can focus on. So like overcoming obstacles or, humanitarian type, journaling. Trying to think, what else was there? Self-discovery, self-improvement, and it has like these already questions like in the journal, so it asks the questions and you write in your answer. So I did that for about 30 minutes, which was nice. Also, I read for an hour. I pulled out one of my favorite books. When I do my meditation retreat, I tend to pull this book out a lot just to reread it, to remind myself of things. So I did read a Buddhist book. Probably heard me talk about it. I think it's on my favorite books video that I have, but The Places That Scare You, that by Pema Chodron. So I read some of that. And I did that for an hour. So definitely on your meditation retreat, you want to probably read books that are of a spiritual nature. So, I mean, that's completely up to you on what you kind of want to do with that. But yeah, normally I would say, something more of a spiritual nature. And then I took a nap for an hour. So that was nice. And, with a nap, I mean, really, you don't have to take a nap. You could just rest, just hang out on the couch, and just, chill out. I mean, there's different kinds of resting that you can do, you just color during that time, whatever, do maybe a hobby of some sort, make candles or something. I don't know, but you see what I'm saying on that. So anything that's kind of just like peaceful and relaxing. Another thing I did want to point out, and I forgot to in the beginning, is when you do a meditation retreat, some people would say to get up at the crack of dawn to start. You don't have to. That's one of the beautiful things about doing it at home. You don't have to. And also, crack of dawn is relative to people. So really, you just want to kind of get up early enough where you can have a full day. But you don't have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning if you don't want to, or 5 a.m., whatever. Yesterday I actually got up at 8:30, which for me, I'm a night person. So to me, that's the crack of dawn. So I just do want to point that out. But yeah, I still was a little tired. So yeah, I took a nap. And then also I listened to a lecture by Pema Chodron. I found some lectures on Spotify, so I had listened to that. So far, as you can tell with my phone, what I've been using is Insight Timer and Spotify. So far, those are the only two that I've actually used during this. Anything else that was on my phone, app-wise, did not touch, could not touch. But that's what I had done during that. It's kind of that's about a 4-hour period. And that's, pretty right on with meditation retreats. There's always some time, some downtime, chill time. And then after that, I did another silent meditation for 20 minutes. I did a walking 20-minute meditation. So you'll notice there's a lot of repeating, but again, it's to deepen the practice. I do a lot of walking meditation in this, but, be aware how one walking meditation is not going to be the same as the next one and the next one after that. So, and it's interesting how it comes up with that too, because I noticed with the walking meditation for myself, that was kind of hard too. There were times when I was doing it and I observed how kind of restless I got, or how impatient I got with doing it. But I mean, I held to it and I did it. I went through the 20 minutes and worked through that. But I just thought it was funny because I always pride myself on being very patient, and, you know, I'll be very committed to something, and, oh, we can do this. And I just found myself just very much just like, okay, yeah. All right, we do this. We've done this. Okay, can we move on to the next thing? I was like, all of a sudden wanted to speed up. It was kind of funny. But anyway, but I learned some things, not only, you know, how to get through those times and realize when those when those emotions come up for me, but also, you know, I discovered something in just the way I walk that I was like, oh, well, if I actually opened it up this way, you know, did a different kind of walk, or, you know, was more, the fact that I was more mindful of the walking kind of changed things too. I noticed that I tend to walk in just a very specific, very kind of narrow way, and I noticed when I was kind of walking slowly that I was kind of wobbly, you know, my balance wasn't quite right. And I realized when I opened up the stance just a little bit more and actually, you know, was much more mindful about, you know, my, you know, the bottom of my foot hitting the carpet and so forth, you know, kind of changed some things, which I thought was interesting. Something simple as walking, and I learned something new about myself. Very interesting. But anyway, so after that, guided meditation on mindfulness. Then I did 20 minutes more of walking, 20 minutes of silent meditation. So you see there's a lot of repetition, but again, this all helps to deepen the practice. Also, then after that, I did about an hour for dinner. So again, I had listened to some lectures during dinner that I found on Spotify. I'm trying to think. I think that was a Jack Kornfield one. I like him a lot. So I found one of his on Spotify. But, you know, during this time, you could do some more spiritual reading if you wanted to. Just different things. And then also I did kind of like a cleaning and resting for an hour. Now, a lot of times with the, you know, retreats, people may not put cleaning just because, you know, you want to kind of have this kind of be a chill thing, not necessarily you working. But I like doing cleaning, you know, something simple like dishes or cleaning the bathroom, just to kind of practice doing everyday things with, you know, just being mindful, you know, not being so cluttered in my mind with, you know, things, you know, going on, you know, not necessarily listening to music to keep me distracted, but to really focus on what I'm doing, you know, focus on, you know, how does the hands feel with my gloves on when I'm doing the dishes, you know, just things that I normally would not necessarily focus on. I would be much more, you know, so task orientated, just hurry up and let's get over with, because I freaking hate it. Where, you know, it was good to just be kind of one with washing dishes. And then, you know, I had some rest periods in between. And then after that, I did a guided visualization 20-minute meditation. Then I did a walking 20-minute meditation. Another lecture from Jack Kornfield on Spotify. And then I had some tea, took a shower, and went to bed. So that was 14 hours of my meditation retreat. That's all the stuff I had done yesterday. And I learned a lot. Like I said, it did help deepen my practice. It helped me focus on some things and kind of, I like to also think of this for myself as kind of a reset of really what my focus is, what I want to do. Because a lot of times when I, like, in particular, what made me want to do this meditation retreat is lately, you know, just because of, you know, everything going on in the world, I found myself being a little more impatient with people, pretty much getting to a point where I was very much just like, I cannot stand people right now. I just, the even thought of them pisses me off. So I realized, yeah, my focus is not where it should be. I'm not where I need to be. Um, so again, I just did this retreat to kind of reset myself. That's why I try and do it as much as I can, you know, at least once a month. But like I said, there's been some months I missed, and it happens. Sometimes if I miss, you know, or not necessarily miss, maybe I just don't do a full day. I'll do a half a day if I can. Sometimes it will just be, you know, just 4 hours. You know, that's it. So, you know, any amount that you do, as long as you are committed and disciplined and focused on what the purpose of you doing a meditation retreat is, I think is really good. But yeah, this is just to let you know how you can do a meditation retreat at home. So I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, for now, I'll just say take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.